What up, boxing world? Easy work, easy money. Miguel Cotto knocks out Daniel Geale in 4th round. I don't know what else to say. If you guys watch my fight prediction of Cotto versus Geale, I said that Cotto would win via knockout within 10 rounds. Well, Cotto did better than that. 4 rounds, 2 knockdowns to include the final knockout. What I noticed about this fight was started on the 1st round, really. Miguel Cotto's left hand, left jabs seemed to be working really good. I mean, the first actually noticeable punch was the body shot, you know, by Cotto, and that seemed to affect Geale right away. A lot of people saying now, as I read all the comments and the YouTube channels that already made their post-fight videos, they're saying that, like I said in my prediction, that I hope it doesn't come up, but it did. A lot of people are saying Daniel Geale was dehydrated. He's fighting in a catch weight that he's not used to. Now there goes excuses. Not from Daniel Geale. I'm not taking away from Daniel Geale. It's from the boxing fans and some of Geale's fans that it was unfair for Geale to agree to the 157 catch weight. That's not the fact here. That's not true, because Daniel Geale himself agreed to sign the contract to fight Cotto at 157. If he thought that he was not able to fight at that catch weight and be dehydrated and lose power, then he shouldn't have signed that contract. Like I said, I'm not blaming Daniel Geale. It's the boxing fans. It's Daniel Geale's fans. Now, Daniel Geale tried. He tried his best to beat Miguel Cotto, but it's just not happening. Like I said, the very noticeable thing that I noticed about Cotto in this fight was his left hand. It was working. I mean, it was working great. From jabs to power punches. I mean, he was using his left hand pretty much all the way through 4 rounds. I didn't see Daniel Geale covering up as much as he did before his previous fights. I didn't see him being solid. I didn't see him being confident. You know what I mean? Daniel Geale is not a bad fighter. Daniel Geale is a solid fighter, solid competitor, but Miguel Cotto in this fight looks very solid, very confident, very relaxed. Every time he gone back to the corner after the round ended, he was relaxed. He was breathing hard, you know, he's in and out, taking deep breaths as Rocha giving him some advices and giving him some water. I mean, he was relaxed and confident. Like I said, on my prediction, I thought it was going to be at least 10 rounds, that Daniel Geale would at least avoid those big shots from Cotto, but 4 rounds, he tried. Now, Daniel Geale was not necessarily knocked out cold. He actually got up, but he quit. He said he can't do it no more. I mean, you can tell he was dizzy and stuff like that. Now, Daniel Geale landed some shots against Cotto. I'll give him that. Daniel Geale, like I said, tried. He tried. But it's just that his power was not strong enough to dazzle Miguel Cotto. You know, he hit Cotto some body shots there and some head shots there, but Cotto could take it. You know, Miguel Cotto's footwork was working well. Daniel Geale seemed not confident. I don't know how else to say it. He did look very thin, you know, from his previous fights, but we can't make that excuse, right? He's not injured. He's a good guy. I give him that. But it's just, I can't call this fight like other people are saying that it was a mismatch. It's not a mismatch. You know, it was just one of those fights that he agreed to it. I mean, if he didn't think he could make that weight and be better at that catch weight, he shouldn't have, signed that contract, because Miguel Cotto is going to come. He's going to come. And contrary to popular belief, Miguel Cotto has gotten way better. So much better ever since he gotten with Roach. And not to mention, Miguel Cotto over and over thanked Freddie Roach. He even said at the post-fight interview with Max Kellerman that the best thing that's ever happened to his career is Freddie Roach. So shout out to Freddie Roach for doing a good job with Cotto. Good job, Freddie. Also, we got a noticeable appearance from Triple G Golovkin. That was very interesting, I thought. I liked it, I like this guy Golovkin, he shows up and watch the fights. He's not a sore loser. He's never lost before, but you know what I mean. He's not a type of guy that I wouldn't watch your fight because I want you to be my enemy. I want you to be my next opponent. I want to knock you out next. No, he watched the fight. He supports Cotto. He had to pay for that ticket, and indeed he watched Cotto's fight. So I like that. I mean, if you guys know previews, pictures and stuff like that, there's a lot of pictures of Cotto and Golovkin. Like I said, these two fighters, they're gentlemen. They're good peoples. Now, I noticed almost all the shots that was hurting Daniel Geale was Cotto's left hand. That wasn't even his right hand. I mean, yeah, the final knockdown was a right hand. It was like, I believe it was a counter punch right to the face, not exactly chin. The knockdown, the first knockdown on the fourth round was a chin shot by a left hand by Cotto. And I thought he wasn't going to get up from that. But he got up, Daniel Geale did, and he tried. And obviously, the other opponent, as usual, as we see, he's going to come strong and try to knock him out because the opponent's still dizzy and stuff like that. But I didn't think that the fight was going to go on after that first knockdown. I already thought, I was like, oh yeah, it's over. It's over. Daniel Geale, as soon as he got up from that first knockdown, he never got back to his composure. He was done. He was done. He felt that left hand of Cotto. I'm surprised though. You know what I mean? Cotto didn't used to have a good left hand. He could jab, like I said, and Cotto's jabs were all going in. I mean, there was only a few that wasn't going in, but most of them too, he was hitting Geale with body shots. I mean, body shots, and it was hurting Geale. So shout out to Cotto for doing a good job. To Daniel Geale, maybe try next time. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that Cotto is going to afford him the opportunity for a rematch. I mean, it was a clear win. It wasn't like a close fight. So I'll give credit to Daniel Geale also, for fighting Cotto at a catchweight 157, even though he's not used to it. And I give it somewhat of a good fight. It wasn't necessarily a great fight because, I mean, for Cotto it was obviously 4 rounds. I mean, how easy could it be? How better could it be than a 4th round knockout? Like I said, I thought he was not going to come back from the fourth round first knockdown, but Daniel Geale tried. He tried to tough it out, but it's just not going to happen. Even though if he would have continued on the 4th round after the 2nd knockdown, I don't think he'd go as far as 5th round. You know what I mean? Cotto's going to just demolish him. Cotto in this fight looked very solid. Like I said, I give him all credit in the world, but I really want to give credit to Freddie Roach. Freddie Roach, he did a good job with Cotto ever since, I mean, his last 3 fights, Cotto's last 3 fights are all nothing but knockouts. And like I said, over and over, even Cotto said that the best thing that's ever happened to his career is Freddie Roach. All right? So, Freddie Roach is one of the best trainers. He's not the best, but he's one of the best trainers. And we know that, even though he's got Parkinson's disease and all that stuff. He's a good trainer. You know what I mean? He's a good trainer. This guy is something else. If you want somebody to be in your corner, Freddie Roach could be one of them. I mean, that's noticeable mention also for Floyd Mayweather. If you guys remember, Floyd Mayweather Jr., after he fought Pacquiao and beat him, he gave thanks and appreciation to Freddie Roach. He said he got nothing against Freddie Roach. I mean, Freddie Roach is a good guy, and he knows. Even Floyd Mayweather Jr. said it on the locker room that I'd never seen a coach or a trainer that actually got up to the opponent's locker room and actually checked for himself. So I mean, he does. Freddie Roach knows his stuff. You know what I mean? He's been in the game for a long time. He used to be a boxer. He used to be, you know, a solid guy. He wasn't the best, but, you know, I think he's a better trainer than a boxer. Now, the post-fight interview. Miguel Cotto was asked by Max Kellerman about Canelo. And I was really skeptical of what he was going to say there. Let's start with Canelo. And then Max Kellerman asked him, you know, what he feels about Canelo being his next opponent. You know, Canelo doesn't, Miguel Cotto doesn't really speak, you know, very good English per se. You know, I mean, he does speak English, but not as good as, you know, as if he was born and raised in America. He was Rhode Island. He was born in Rhode Island, I believe. But you know, his English, you can tell he's got accent, and you know, seems like his English is more of his second language. But what he really meant was he's not dodging or docking Canelo. It didn't seem that way. To me, it seemed like Cotto is up for Canelo before Golovkin. I believe that Canelo is his next target, and that's going to be a good fight, a great fight, and we hope to see that. But like Cotto said, first off, he wants to enjoy the win, the victory, with his family, enjoy it, and hopefully within a few months, 6 months from now, maybe early next year, or September or something like that. Oh, not September, it's too early. Maybe November, something like that, or early next year. We'll see Cotto versus Canelo, and I don't think Oscar De La Hoya would like that too much. I mean, Oscar De La Hoya is making a lot of noise that he'd rather come out of retirement to fight Triple G Golovkin, or he'd rather have Canelo wait 2 years for Canelo to fight Golovkin and stuff like that. But he's never mentioned really about Canelo fighting Cotto, but that would be a good fight. Maybe a Cinco de Mayo next year. I don't know if they're going to wait that long. I don't know if Canelo wants to wait, you know, 1 year to fight again. I'm sure he's going to fight again anytime soon, you know, later on this year. But like I said, shout out to Freddie Roach. He did a good job with Cotto, man. I mean, look at that. Last 3 fights of Cotto with Freddie Roach, nothing but knockout. I mean, Freddie Roach honed Miguel Cotto's skills. Miguel Cotto fought the best. He fought Pacquiao. He fought Mayweather. He got destroyed by both of them, you know. And now, I mean, there's even talks now, people, that Miguel Cotto could potentially get a rematch with Mayweather. Hell, I would rather see that than Mayweather versus Khan. No offense to Khan, but his performance against Algieri was not that impressive. You know what I'm saying? And Max Kellerman, obviously this guy, I mean, I got nothing against Max Kellerman. I mean, I did. But as a sportscaster, I guess it's your job to poke at, you know, certain issues and concerns and controversies and fighters. Well, he tried to poke at Cotto by saying, "Are you a true welterweight, Cotto? Do you? I mean, not welterweight. He said middleweight. Do you see yourself middleweight?" And Cotto respond with the eye. You know what I'm saying? With the look in his eye, like, you know what? What are you trying to say? You know what I'm saying? Are you trying to insult me or something like that? Because he was like, I weighed in yesterday at 156. He made a mistake. He meant 153.6, and he corrected that. He's like, I weighed yesterday at 156. I mean 153.6. Do you think I'm a middleweight? And Max Kellerman backed off a little bit, and he felt that tension. You know what I mean? He felt that tension about, you know, from Cotto, and goes, no, I don't think so. Yeah, you better back off, Max Kellerman. You've been poking at fighters lately. You poked at Manny Pacquiao, now you're poking at Cotto. I mean, these fighters are no joke. These are not no beginners now. These are veterans that you're poking. You know, if you guys know, Max Kellerman apologized and redeemed himself after he poked at Pacquiao, because Max Kellerman's name has been annihilated all over social media, you know, when he tried to poke at Manny Pacquiao after the Mayweather fight. So he redeemed himself by some comments he made. I believe it was before the Dirrell versus, was it Dirrell? It was, maybe it was Dirrell versus the Geale. I'm not too sure though, but it was one of those fights. Before that, Max Kellerman had said something about, you know, kind of try to back Manny Pacquiao of his shoulder injury. And you guys know what I'm talking about. I made a video off of that. Check it out on my channel. But So yeah, Max Kellerman backed off after Cotto gave him the eye. You know what I'm saying? Gave him the eye and said, you know what? I weighed 153.6 yesterday. Do you think I'm a middleweight? And Max Kellerman goes, no, I don't think so. Yeah, you better stop, Max Kellerman, before you get ass whooped too. But not everybody likes Miguel Cotto. You know, just like every other boxer, you got haters, and you need haters in your life to be successful, right? When Manny Pacquiao and when Manny Pacquiao fought Cotto, it was one-sided. I mean, Cotto didn't have no chance. Obviously, Freddie Roach was on Pacquiao's side. And when Miguel Cotto fought Mayweather before, Mayweather schooled him also. So he's you know, it's very rare that we see that in a boxer, that after losing, you know what I mean, brutally losing, especially to Manny Pacquiao, he lost badly. He looked like Manny Pacquiao looked like he made him look like a beginner. After losing like that and coming back, you know, very good. You know, 3 knockouts. Whew. He must be very happy. And you can tell too, you know, Freddie Roach sitting in the corner on the ringside, very happy, very happy. And I'm sure he's proud of himself, of what he's done with Miguel Cotto. And I'm sure Cotto is very, very thankful that Freddie Roach is now on his corner. Now, let's go to Golovkin. Now, Max Kellerman asked about Golovkin. I thought Cotto there, you know, stuttered a little bit. I thought he hesitated a little bit. And I thought he would say something that I didn't want to hear, such as no, or avoiding Golovkin. But no, not at all. I thought he was just, you know, a language barrier, that he stuttered a little bit. He stuttered and he paused a little bit there. But I don't think Miguel Cotto is dodging or docking Golovkin. Like he said, he'd rather fight Canelo first than, if he said, if Golovkin is available at the time and he wants to fight, let's make the fight happen. No issues there. You know what I mean? So this is a good fight, you know. And you know, the last 2 fights that we saw, the last, you know, couple Saturdays, it seems like the underdogs were the ones that were making the noise, per se. You know what I mean? You had Dirrell against, well, DeGale? Was it DeGale? And then you had Khan versus Algieri. And the underdogs were actually the ones that were noticeable. You know what I mean? They were the ones that actually stood out because of their performances. But Cotto broke that today. You know, he was the favorite to win the fight, and indeed he won via knockout. You know, like I said, my prediction is still on my channel. Check them out. My prediction was within 10 rounds, Cotto would knock out DeGale. I mean, Daniel Geale. I get those two confused. But great performance by Cotto. Very good. But what do you guys think of this? Was Miguel Cotto's performance enough for the boxing fans, boxing world, everybody, to include Floyd Mayweather Jr., to afford Miguel Cotto a rematch? What do you guys think? Would you rather see Floyd Mayweather Jr. against Amir Khan, Floyd Mayweather Jr. against Miguel Cotto, or Floyd Mayweather Jr. against Golovkin? Well, let me tell you, I am going to take one of those fights away. You guys can guess what it is? Yes, it's going to be the Golovkin fight. Floyd Mayweather Jr. will not fight Golovkin. Never. No, not never. Mayweather, for his last fight with Showtime, he's not going to go up to middleweight to fight Golovkin. Especially, Golovkin is a major threat to his upcoming 49-0 to tie up Rocky Marciano's record. Not going to happen. So what that leaves us? Leaves us Miguel Cotto. Hell, let's even throw Canelo in there. Amir Khan, Canelo, and Miguel Cotto. Those are the only 3 fights that I can see that make sense for Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s retirement fight, per se. Yes, he has fought Canelo before. And for some people said that Mayweather schooled Canelo. He did school Miguel Cotto also. Do you really think at now, the Miguel Cotto now could still be schooled by Floyd Mayweather Jr.? Do you really think that Canelo now could still be schooled by Floyd Mayweather Jr.? Like I said, these boxers, they've gotten better. I don't know what's in the water, but these fighters are getting better. You know, I don't want to see, I don't know, man. I thought Amir Khan would perform impressively against Algieri. What I don't want to see is freaking Algieri making noise talking about, I want to fight Mayweather. Or Mayweather announces that he's going to fight Algieri for his retirement fight. I mean, that's a sealed deal right there. That's a sealed 49-0. But that's not, he's going to get criticized and taunted for the rest of his natural life if he fights Algieri for his last fight. And you guys know that. So we got 4 fighters. Floyd Mayweather versus Canelo, Cotto, Amir Khan, Golovkin. Those are the only 4 that make sense. Those are only 4 fighters that I can see a fight being interesting. A fight being fair. Not Algieri. Not even Amir Khan. But I throw his name on there since he's up there. You know, he's been top of, he's somewhat top 3 of the list. You know what I mean? So, to end this video, I'm going to say this. Congratulations to Miguel Cotto. I think his hard work and dedication, and he learned from his previous faults, mistakes, and losses, especially from Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather. I think he learned. And he was smart enough to change his coach, his corner, his trainer. And now Freddie Roach. He's smart enough to do that. And he said that over and over. Thanks to Freddie Roach. He's the best thing ever happened in my career. To Daniel Geale, better luck next time. You know, maybe don't get so dehydrated and agree to fight at 157. It's not really for him. You know, he'll bounce back from this. He'll be all right. You know, shout out to Daniel Geale for trying and for signing the contract, even though I'm sure he knew that he would be less, he would have less power. He would not be in the best shape, per se. I mean, he's 5'10", Cotto's 5'8", and I highly doubt Cotto's 5'8", and he's probably 5'7", 5'7.5". He's not 5'8". But Daniel Geale, he seemed like a 5'10" guy, and he doesn't seem like a 157 fighter, 160 probably. But yeah, those extra. But interesting though that we didn't see is Miguel Cotto and Daniel Geale's weight tonight. You know, the fight weight. I'm sure Miguel Cotto probably weighed around 157, 158, somewhere around there. I think so. He wasn't sluggish. I mean, if Cotto weighed about 160, 165 tonight, like some people are saying, commenting on YouTube and social media, that Cotto probably weighed about 165. No, I don't think so. I highly doubt it. He didn't move like a 165 guy. He was still fast. And like I said, Cotto's power was really strong. I mean, it was too much for Daniel Geale. On the other hand, Daniel Geale, him being dehydrated per se, I think that might have affected his punching power a little bit. Don't know. Let me know what you guys think about that. And I'm sure Daniel Geale is not a type of person that's going to make excuses. His fans, though, did make excuses already. And I read all the comments. I was already reading all social medias right after the fight. A lot of people say, yeah, he was dehydrated. I told you guys he was dehydrated. And I said that in my previous video, on my prediction. I said, what I didn't want to hear was somebody making excuses for Daniel Geale. Not himself. Not Daniel Geale himself. Like I said, I'm not taking away anything from Daniel Geale. He's a good fighter. He's a gentleman. And, you know, I give him all the credit for fighting Cotto at 157. But it's the fans, you know what I'm saying? You're always going to have those haters. You're always going to have those excuses. Whatever, right? It happens. We're going to live. So, there you go, guys. Let me know. Floyd Mayweather Jr. versus Amir Khan, Golovkin, Canelo, or Miguel Cotto. I say either Canelo or Cotto. Let me know what you guys think. Leave me some comments. Please thumbs up this video if you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to my channel. Share and +1 this video. You guys take care and stay safe. I'll talk to you guys in the next one.